Hi, this is David from David's Hair Design, and today I'm going to do another ombre, but we're going to do this one slightly different. It's a new technique. I've never seen it used anywhere apart from when Guy Tang does his hair videos. I'm actually going to do the application on some parts with a sponge. It's called sponging. I've used Alpine dust-free powder with a very low 6% developer, because we don't want to lift too high, because we are then going to tone it down with the Leyton Couture Silk toner in champagne, and other parts we're going to tone with the very light blonde 9.0 with a bit of gold added into it as a toner. So we'll get different contrasts and different textures running through the hair by the time we've finished. Right, first thing I'm going to do is section Olivia's hair in half, like that. And I'm going to take my very first section, starting at the underneath at the back, as I always do, as you've seen in my previous videos. Just clip that hair out of the way. I'm going to take the section straight across today instead of doing diagonals. Right, and all I'm going to do is take the section of hair, very lightly dip the sponge into the product, wipe it off a little bit on there, and you just very lightly dust it on top, so it's not going to be a thick blonde, it's going to very nicely blend into the ends. I want it a little bit lighter on the ends, so what I'm going to do is actually use my spatula, and I'm actually going to press the bleach through so it does go through to the other side of the hair. Just keep on wiping it on and then drop. And I'm going to do exactly the same with this side. Just dipping it very lightly, wipe off the excess. I've gone quite high up, but as I go lower down, I'm going to put the lightener on a lot thicker, like so. And I'm just going to let the hair drop. Because I've got the heater on, it's quite a cold day, but it's very warm in this room, so I'm not going to cover it in foil to heat it, to make it process any quicker. I want it to actually take its time. Right, I'm going to take my second piece down, and this piece I'm actually going to backcomb so that we do get a slightly different effect. So you just take your hair and backcomb it. I want the backcombing to go quite high because we don't want a lot of hair left behind. The only thing is with the backcombing, it is hell to get out afterwards, but fortunately I can't really feel it when I'm brushing it, so I'm the lucky one. I'm going to put my spatula on, and I'm going to do the same again with a sponge. It just gives you that softer blend, if you like, and then of course heavier into the bottom. Like so. Right, and then just let it drop. And I'm going to do the same on the other side and repeat alternates what I've done right the way through the head. And when we come back later, I'll show you the finished result with the lightener on. I'm back now. We've done the whole head, as you can see from the sides. We've got the colour on. What I'm going to do now is leave it to process for about 45 minutes. And then I'm going to check it. It might even take longer than that, but hopefully not. And the reason I've got the white towel hanging down, it's like a paper towel, is just so that it's not too messy on the black gown. Right, the colour's been washed off and we've lifted up to a golden light blonde. What I'm going to do now is put my two toners on. In this bowl I've got my very light blonde with a bit of gold intense put in it. And in this one I've put my champagne toner with 3%. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to blend the two together. So I'm going to take sections of the hair where the light bits are and just clip them out of the way, and then that side, and clip that out of the way, just get the comb through. Right, so I'm going to take my first section. Right, what I'm going to do at the top, I'm going to use the 90, which is the light golden blonde. Just make sure it goes through really, really well. And at the bottom bit, I'm going to use the champagne, but I'm going to push the two together so that you get a seamless blend from darker into lighter when it's all toned through. Just do the same on the other side. And then swap brushes, blend the two together. Just make sure it is rubbed through really, really well. And I will proceed through the whole head and we'll come back later and have a look. The toner's now developed. It's been on for 15 minutes. I've been watching it and I've just taken a little bit off, and we've got a nice blend from a golden blonde through to the light blonde, which you'll obviously see better once I've shampooed it off, which I'm going to do right now. I'm completely finished. We've shampooed and styled and curled it, and that's the finished result. As you can see, it sort of fades in from a slightly darker blonde to the very blonde champagne ends, and it's come out really, really nice, and we're both really pleased about it. So this is David from David's Hair Design, and don't forget, when you subscribe, please put comments below, as I really would like to know what you think about my videos, whether they're good comments or bad comments. And I'm doing another video on Tuesday, and I'll have that on in a couple of weeks, so I'll see you then.